Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. I'm Dee Slater, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome aboard. If you haven't already, I do invite you to subscribe to my channel. If there's anything in here that you find that you liked about today's video, please do give it a like and comment. All of that helps my algorithm and helps grow my channel, so I appreciate that. Have a little chat here with you before we get started on today's project. I have been just a little bit, I took a little break over the holidays, taking care of a few things. And every week it's been something that's delayed me from coming here for you. So today, this is, while it's live or a launch, it is recorded because I'm helping my mom to an appointment. Everything's fine. It's just that we needed to get her in for a quick checkup here today on it. So coming from you, or I'm coming here live as I'm recording it. As you can tell, I'm stumbling over some stuff, but it is recorded. So please do leave a comment and I'll get back with you later on today. So anyways, that's that. At the time of the video, some exciting Stampin' Up! News. We have some new products that are now available starting January 26th. It's the new mini catalog. I can't help but call it the spring catalog. They don't officially call it that, but that's what it is. So you'll get, there's new product in there for Valentine's Day, springtime, just all fun stuff that's in there, as well as some new online exclusives. And during the month of January, it's bonus days. So for every $50 that you spend on my online store with Stampin' Up, you get $5 coupons that you can spend in February. So it's kind of nice. So if you've got if you signed up for Stampin' Rewards, you get, like for that $50 example, you would get $5 in Stampin' Rewards, and then you would also get a $5 coupon. So in a way, you'd have $10 for every 50 that you spend. So kind of exciting. Okay, well, I really love these cards. Sometimes we just need quick and simple, quick and pretty, and that's what I have for you here today. My hair is doing something goofy. It looked so good this morning, and then not. Do you ever have those days? Or what? And then a silly mood. Here are our quick and simple cards. So pretty too, right? Simple. So it's kind of a different take. Again, at the time of the video, we might be thinking Valentine's Day is just right around the corner, February 14th. It's January, but maybe we don't need or want to send Valentine cards. And so I wanted to kind of share where you can still honor the sentiments of Valentine's Day with the love aspect of it without it being blatantly Valentine's Day either. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll turn the camera around and we will get started making these. All right, here we go. So our first card that we're going to do on our quick and simple layout is this. And it's really, I'd like for you to kind of think of this as a card sketch. Let me just go ahead and I'm going to make this a little closer. So bear with me while it jiggles just a little bit, if it does. Okay, there we go. So a real different way of thinking about layering is to have these measurements here. Going to have a 4x3 piece of cardstock or designer paper, and then you can mat it with a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So that's what I did on this one. Okay, let's go ahead and get out more of our goodies here. So I wanted texture on this. So these cards are also great for you to get out those embossing folders maybe you haven't tried for a while or brought into your crafting, your card making. So for this one, I'm using the Beautiful Pattern. It's a 3D embossing folder, meaning that you get a really deep impression on it. And so that's what I did with the Basic White 4x3. And I'm just, let's see, before I do that, I want to I'm going to use a little tear and tape, and I'm going to put some of this Pretty in Pink ribbon down. So ribbon is a great way of adding texture to your projects. Well, yes, we can add bows all day long to it. We can also use tear and tape or the ribbon as texture pieces on here. Oops, let me try something here. My scissors real quick. So about in the middle of our 4x3, we'll go ahead and add some tear and tape. Go ahead and get that off. And let's go ahead and we'll add our ribbon. Tear and tape is great when you have a good thickness of ribbon where the tear and tape won't show through. This is such a pretty, I love Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink is an in color that will be gone at the end of April, I believe. Pretty in Pink was a color that Stampin' Up! Had for a long time, and then they retired it, and then they brought it back for 2 years as this in color. So if you like that pink, it's just a good, rich pink. I always liked it. So that might be something that you want to stock up on. And then I'm going to use some liquid glue. And we'll layer that onto our Pretty in Pink cardstock layer. That is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And we're going to take a traditional card base, thick basic white, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And go ahead and get it nice crisp edge. You could score it at 4 1/4, or you could just fold it in half like what I did here. And we're going to just glue that down into the center of our card front. I'm using this, oh goodness, I can't think of the name of this punch. I'm going to call it, you know, it's a label punch that Stampin' Up! Has. But I want you to kind of take a peek at this. There's a card sketch for you. So you can think about the layering pieces of 4x3, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. This could be designer paper, cardstock, and then your focal point on it. So that could be a great card sketch for you to keep in mind. All right, so let's see. I think I can go ahead and put this on, and let's get my dimensionals. Not doing any stamping directly on this punch out, so we can go ahead and get that on. Probably overload on the dimensionals here. Probably wouldn't need 5. One a little cray with those. And that's just going to go right in the center. I had gotten the 12 Days of Crafting Advent kit, and included in that kit is this stamp set. It's kind of a double stamp set. I used it, I think, on another video here, but I love this, like the watercolory type of images that the florals have on it. And so that's going to be my focal point on this for an image outside of the sentiment. And so what I'm using are the colors of Pretty in Pink and Darling Duckling. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab the floral image. And we'll stamp. And then I'm going to keep that open for just a second and then get our Darling Duckling. And I've got this little floral, or the little center of the flower. It doesn't really line up 100% because it's not really meant to. Can you kind of see that? Just kind of goes in there and gives it that artsy kind of look to it. And then, you know, ahead of time, what I did is I die cut one out. So we get our die cut image. And let's go ahead and we can put that on our card. So put that up here. Next, I just absolutely love the bundle. A bundle is where you get a stamp set and either a die or a punch. I love the banner sayings. It has all of these different ones, and it's kind of got two love ones that we can think of for just sending love or for even like sending love for Valentine's Day. And so the one that I'm using here for this card is the one that says, "You are loved." We did this at my local card class this month. And the ladies were saying like, oh, this would make a good, like baby card, birthday card. And some of them chose to do, I think they used birthday cards on this too. And that's what's nice. If you get the banner sayings, you can definitely, mix and match which ones that you want. But I wanted to make my non-traditional Valentine cards out of this with "You Are Loved." Excuse my arm. Okay, so I want to use on this one the double banner. So I'll go ahead and and I could have punched the banner out ahead of time, which I think, and I knew this, darn it. You want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room on the edge, and I didn't. Let's stamp this again real quick. It's like my friend Pat always says, this is why Stampin' Up! Sells two-sided cardstock. I always get a kick when she says that. And it's true. So that's side 2. So I just line it up here. "You are loved," and punch. All right. We'll get some dimensionals on the back of this on our two-sided white cardstock. And we'll get this on here. "You are loved." And then because we do like our bling, you can find some pink tone bling in your stash. I'm still using up, I think this was last year's celebration. It was the purple adhesive back sequins. I just loved those. But I'm sure you've got some, sequins in your stash that you can use. And I've been on a mission to try to use these things up. And so that's what I'm going to do. So just find some gems that you can put on either side of it. And, if you wanted to, you could even, well, I put 3 here on my other one, but I have those close enough. So maybe I'll do something a little different. I'll get these kind of around. So have fun with wherever you want to place it, whatever looks good for you. Let's put this down over here. There we go. And because I still liked that stamp set, the 12 Advent Days, I'm going to kind of do the same layering look with the butterfly as what I did with the flower. So I'm going to take my Pretty in Pink and let's just add a cute little butterfly image on the inside. And then that also has like the body of the butterfly. This off to the side. It's the last thing I did that. So I'm going to keep using Darling Duckling. So that's kind of my 2 ink colors. So whatever image that you might want to try, you can just kind of, as you can tell, I'm just using 2 different colors, not going all crazy. And there we have such a cute layout. So easy. You can mass produce something like this too. Okay, that's our first card. That's a kind of a quick and easy. Again, kind of embracing our embossing folders too. All right, let's see. I need that yet. Okay, next we're going to make this card here. Again, it's sweet and simple, but yet there's a lot of detail to it. So not an intimidating card if it's something that you're just starting out with stamping, but still got enough interest in it. So for this card, just like our other one, we're going to start with our basic card base of 5.5 by 8.5. Let's get that folded. Okay, and then this time and ahead of time, I have embossed a 5 1/4 by 4 layer of basic white cardstock. And this time I used the Pressed Flowers embossing folder to give that background. So Sending Love, like this could definitely be, I like that it kind of went a little masculine, or like that you could use it for maybe a get well card for a man, or like, you know, maybe you're like, I might send my dad a little sending love on it. You know, so anyways, I thought it was really sweet. And this area up here that's open from the embossing folder is perfect to add a little something to it. So for this card, I do have this whole layer raised up with foam dots. What I had suggested at card class was that perfect use for the edges of our dimensionals. You know, so you can get a nice support all on the back side of it. So if you save those edges, or maybe you want to do the edges on your dimensionals, this is perfect because we want the whole, we want it to be supported. So, you know, I could put, I don't know, like 9 or 10 individual ones, but this is a great way of using up our edges. And then don't forget that you do want to have a little support down the center. Okay, so, you know, that might be just, I don't want to say overkill, but, you know, it's a great way of using up those edges. And it's like I always end up with a lot of edge pieces, so that's a great excuse to feel like I've used that up. If you wouldn't have had edges, your foam strips would be a great use for when you want to pop up the whole layer on your cards. Okay, so, oh, and before I did that, darn it, want to add some of our ribbon. And the color blue that I'm using is Balmy Blue. And this is the, let's see here, sheer ribbon. And just like this, it is sheer. So if I would have used tear and tape on it, you could really see the tape coming through. But for this, I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm going to wrap it around. So you would want to do this before you put your dimensionals on. But we're just going to kind of go like that. Go ahead and cut off. And then, quite honestly, what you can use tear and tape to anchor that down. But I normally just use office tape, just some Scotch tape. So you'd want to do that before you put your dimensionals or your foam dots on. So just kind of anchor that down. Good land. Definitely, because look, it's so sticky. Come on. Peel off. Find it where that goes. That is so sticky, those edges. Okay, so now we've got our ribbon on. Kind of straighten that up. So now we can put the whole card front that's popped up. So we kind of get a couple of dimensions going on. We've got the embossed folder, we've raised it up, and then we've got the texture of the ribbon. Next, I want to punch out from Scrap Balmy Blue a heart. You might have a small heart die, might have a heart punch. This is from the Bee Builder Punch. So whatever heart punch or die that you might have. And we're going to go ahead and put that on up front. And let's see here. I probably would like to, let's use a little one. I don't have my mini dimensionals. A mini dimensional would be perfect, but let's go ahead and cut some of the edges off again here. You just need a little dot, a little dimensional on here. And we'll put that up in the corner. Okay. Now we're going to use, from our banner saying, we're going to have another stamp set. This one says, Sending My Love. And let's see here, get my scrap white. I have this cut at about 1 inch. You could even do a scrap of 3/4 would be great for using that scrap to go into your your punch, your banner punch. Okay, so sending love. But I have a little trick for you on this next banner. Sending my love. And that is, if I would use this and put this in, so I'm reading the words the right way, my banner tail is going this way. I do always like to do stamp and punch. And so I want the tail to go the other direction. I want the tail on the right. So just turn your sentiment upside down so that the love is next to the banner. And of course, you could always punch these out first and then stamp. It just, sometimes on those smaller sentiment strips, it can be hard to kind of stamp on it. Okay, so we've got our sending love, and let's get some dimensionals, some foam dots on here. And get 2. As you can see, I'm doing a little bit of talking as we go, but you can really see how fast this would go. So I'm putting the sentiment down, so about half of it's on the ribbon here on the end of it. Then I'm going to take some other embellishments here. These are the muted palette dots, and I'm using this blue tone here. And let's see here. And so I kind of want it to look like the sending love, and it's going up towards the heart. So looks like all of my smaller ones are getting used up. So these are all going to be big. The larger ones get under there. So just kind of put this up here, and then you can go a straight line, or you can make a little curve, however you'd like to do it. Put one up by the heart, one here, about where the banner center is, maybe a little higher, and then a third one. So a little trail of it going up for sending love. Too sweet. So that's our class here today. So kind of a non-traditional Valentine's class, but something that you can use for sending love. Just let people that know that they are loved. Let me turn the camera around. Well, I hope you like and enjoy these cards, and maybe it's something that you can go and grab when you're ready to do another, to do a quick card, but also the idea of it kind of being white on white. I think it looks really pretty, elegant, sweet, but yet there's something classic about it too. Well, thanks for watching. And once again, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. And if there's anything in this video that you like, please do give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. And if I can ever help you in any way with your Stampin' Up! Needs, please reach out and let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.